And the Central Organization of Trade Unions COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli has warned employers against dismissing workers registered in the union. Atwoli noted that it is a constitutional right for workers to belong to a trade union. Speaking after returning from the International Labour Organization World of Work Summit in Geneva, Switzerland, Atwoli said that the International Labour Organization Summit has further opened doors for Kenyans seeking job opportunities abroad. Tess Njenga now reports.
Employers have been warned against recklessly dismissing workers from their places of employment. Speaking at the COTU headquarters, Secretary General Francis Atwoli asked employers to respect the leadership of trade unions, as it is a constitutional right for workers to belong to a trade union.
Collective bargaining agreement is a constitutional right of every worker and every employer. So I'm appealing to employers to desist from arbitrarily dismissing and sacking the recruited workers into the trade union movement.
The COTU boss highlighted the International Labour Organization World of Work Summit in Geneva, Switzerland's success, saying issues raised will be circulated later. He added that the ILO summit has opened doors for Kenyans to work abroad.
We have a serious committee at the International Labour Organization, known as an STC, Special Technical Committee, which is a tripartite committee. We look into that, and if there is any assistance to be availed to working men and women, employers of this country, and Ministry of Labour that deals with employment in this country, Kenya government and Kenyans at large will be able to access assistance from the International Labour Organization.
Atwoli commended President William Ruto for championing labour rights to include the unemployed. The president said it was alarming that Africa has recorded the highest unemployment rates in the world.
For a long time, it has been very difficult for the International Labour Organization as a UN agency to recognize us, particularly when it comes to employment, promotion, and what have you. This time, I think, doors of the ILC or ILO are open to young men and Kenyan who would like to apply for any type of employment that might have been advertised by the International Labour Organization, because His Excellency the President sold Kenya internationally in Geneva meeting.
Atwoli, who has been appointed to a team of 7 tasked with selecting the next Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, has expressed his gratitude to President Ruto.
I want to thank His Excellency the President to have thought of me and putting me in that particular position. But how we will be able to carry out our interviews and so on, it will be as a result of the meeting of all panelists.
On the issue of domestic workers being oppressed in Saudi Arabia, the COTU boss has blamed unqualified brokers, asking workers to seek other job opportunities in safer environments.
Our proposal is that let government, even if it wants Kenyans to have an access to employment outside Kenya, let it be government to government. These middlemen called employment agencies must be removed. That is our position as COTU. These are the total sellout. And there must be a new policy where labor attaché in Saudi Arabia is the one who will be in a position to keep the record of where you are going to work, to keep your passport, to make sure that if the job is not good or is not conducive to your health or anything of that kind, he or she arranges for your coming back.
Reporting for Hope TV News Watch, I'm Tess Njenga.